I've often had CEOs tell me that they want to build a culture of innovation. Can you come in next week and help me put one in place, they say? And inevitably, that points to a classic problem that I call the myth of the lone innovator. Here's how it works. You're the founder, the leader, perhaps the entrepreneur of your organization. You're the CEO. Innovation is what you do. It's who you are. It's why your business even exists. So naturally, you end up being the one who comes up with all the really good ideas, right? After all, it is your business. So good luck with that. Because ultimately, an innovation culture may stem from the founder or the CEO, but to scale it, it has to be sustained by the entire organization. And here's the worst part of that innovation myth. We end up idolizing one person as the sole innovator. Henry Ford once said, "I invented nothing new. I simply assembled the discoveries of other men behind whom were centuries of work." To teach that a comparatively few men are responsible for the greatest forward steps of mankind is the worst sort of nonsense. I mean, he nailed that, didn't he? A culture of innovation is about giving people license to succeed, but also providing them with rituals, processes, systems that reinforce innovation. And that requires leaders who will back off and pass innovation on to others and then recognize them when they succeed and support them when they fail at something worth trying. And here's the reality of being a great innovator. You have to let go of the innovation baton and pass it on to others. It's what the quintessential innovator Steve Jobs did with Tony Fadell, who brought us the iPod and who, by the way, also brought us the Nest thermostat and the Internet of Things into our living rooms. So be courageous. Challenge people to come up with the next big idea. And it may not be big, it may be incremental, or it may be great. It doesn't matter. What does matter is signaling clearly that innovation can come from anyone in your organization. So how do you do this? Well, first, get culturally creative. Think in terms of what's valuable in your specific culture. In my second company, I had a policy that we took all the doors off of every office, even my own. A bit dysfunctional? Yeah, but I did it because I wanted to signal that in our culture, everyone had the license and the responsibility to work in interrupt mode. And the result was that ideas flowed freely, constantly, unfettered. Innovation flourished in that climate. Second, set the tone. You're the role model for innovation, but you can't be its only source. Advertise the success of others, their ideas, talk about how the seeds of innovation are taking root throughout your organization. And be sure to applaud and recognize and reward innovators no matter how small their innovations happen to be. Third, establish a company-wide budget and a process for new ideas. One of these ideas will fly out of the park, and it just takes a few of those to illustrate how innovation is part of the very culture and DNA of your company. Fourth, share the story. All the small steps, a story about the culture of innovation and the many people who sustained it over the years. When Cirque du Soleil lost its lead creator, Franco de Grone, it survived because it had created the culture. Its founder, Guy Laliberté, had already passed the baton on. You see, you don't create a culture of innovation overnight. You can't send in SEAL Team 6 to infiltrate the culture you have and suddenly alter it. You need to slowly put it in place. Put in place the behaviors, the processes, the systems, the rituals that make innovation what every person does every single day. That's how you create a culture of innovation.